The Unplanned Wedding, a story of broken plans, second chances, and love that changes destinies. The Crescent Hall shimmered with lights and laughter. It was supposed to be Layla's wedding day to the charming, rich, and ambitious Blake Carter, the elder son of the Carter family. Blake had everything, from good looks, success, and power, everything except humility. For him, life was a race and love was a trophy. Layla, however, was different. She was strong, independent, and warm-hearted. She didn't dream of palaces, she dreamed of peace. But peace shattered the night before the wedding, when Blake's boss, the elegant and powerful Alina Sterling, confessed her love to him. "Blake," she said softly, "I've loved you since the day you walked into my company. Don't marry her, marry me." For a man like Blake, Alina wasn't just a woman. She was an upgrade. Wealth, power, status. By morning, the wedding was off. Layla stood frozen in her bridal dress, tears threatening, but never falling. The shock spread through both families like wildfire. Her sister's wedding was scheduled for the same day, at the same venue. If Layla's ceremony collapsed, it would destroy not just her image, but her sister's future. As the families panicked, one person stepped forward, Noah Carter, Blake's younger brother. He was everything Blake wasn't: carefree, imperfect, a dreamer who lived in the moment. He loved gaming, laughter, and freedom. People called him a failure. But Layla saw something else: honesty. He looked at her father and said quietly, "If Blake can't stand beside her, I will." And that was it. A marriage born not of love, but of courage. The storm at home after the wedding, Layla moved into the Carter mansion. But life there wasn't easy. Mrs. Rose Carter, Noah's mother, was furious. She saw Layla as a reminder of humiliation, of her elder son's disgrace. "My Blake was supposed to marry her," she often hissed. Now this dropout calls her his wife. But John Carter, Noah's father, stood firm. "Maybe it's time we stop measuring worth in degrees and money," he said. And their sister Maya adored Layla, seeing in her the kindness their family had forgotten. What began as a forced bond soon softened into something beautiful. Layla's patience met Noah's humor halfway. Her calm silenced his chaos. Her love taught him what responsibility meant. One night, as they stood under the stars, she said softly, "You know, Noah, you don't need to be your brother. Just be you. That's enough." And for the first time, Noah believed it. Encouraged by her faith, Noah used his love for gaming and technology to rebuild his life. He joined a game development company, using his creativity to make something real. His first paycheck wasn't big, but when he handed it to Layla, she smiled with tears in her eyes. "I knew you'd make it," she whispered. Meanwhile, Blake had everything he thought he wanted: a lavish mansion, luxury cars, and a wife who owned half the city. But Alina was not the woman he thought she was. Her love was real, but it came with control. She made every decision, from the color of his suit to the hours he slept. In business meetings, she spoke for him. At home, she gave orders. Blake became a guest in his own life, a slave to the luxury he had chosen over love. Worse, Alina's father, Mr. Sterling, never missed a chance to humiliate him. "You were a rising star once, Blake. Now you're just shining under my daughter's money." Every insult burned Blake, but his pride chained him to silence. Alina, blind in love, defended him every time. "I don't care what anyone says," she'd tell him. "I chose you, not your bank account." But Blake couldn't deny the truth. He had everything except happiness. Months later, Blake saw Layla and Noah at a family event. They laughed freely. No designer suits, no pressure, no lies. Layla's eyes, once filled with sorrow, now sparkled with peace. And Noah, the carefree fool everyone once mocked, looked more confident than ever, a man transformed by love. Blake's chest tightened. He realized that what he had traded for gold was something no amount of money could buy: genuine love. He smiled politely, but jealousy ate him alive. Alina noticed his silence, but mistook it for fatigue. That night, Blake sat alone in his study, staring at his reflection. A man who had everything he wanted and lost everything he needed. Epilogue: Love Redefined. Years later, Noah's gaming company expanded. He became a name people respected. Layla stood beside him, his constant strength, his peace. Blake, still bound in his golden cage, often looked at old photos and wondered what if he had chosen love instead of pride. But Layla never looked back. Her story was no longer about heartbreak, it was about healing. And as she watched Noah playing with their little son, she smiled, because sometimes the life you never planned becomes the one you were always meant to live. Love built on wealth breaks easily, but love built on respect endures every storm. True success isn't what you own, it's who stands beside you when you have nothing.